is nothing that LeBron could do this regular season, not the postseason, this regular season. There is nothing that LeBron James can do to win the MVP the way the Cavs looked until last week. There's nothing he can do.
Sure he can.
Nothing.
Absolutely he
not.
can. They cleared
Absolutely not.
They cleared out the mat. Listen, his numbers have been MVP caliber all year, as they are every year. And if you talk about his effect on the team, they cleared out the malcontents. And so far, they're 2-0. Beat the brakes off the Celtics and just beat the Thunder fully loaded comfortably, both of them on the road. So, yes, if LeBron continues to lead the Cavs to wins like this, since he's obviously better than James Harden, if he continues to lead a group of guys who are not malcontents through the rest of the regular season,
I got a few
then by the end of the season,
you.
he will be the MVP as usual.
You know what? Because I know it's important for you to have the last word. You're addicted to it. It's like crack for you. So I'll give you the last word. I'll ask you a few questions. I'll ask you these questions, and I'll leave it to you to answer. Were you not the one last week before the trade complaining that LeBron James had and harbored some level of accountability for how the team was? Was that not you?
Yep.
Were you not the one? No, I got a few questions. Was it not you that sat up there and said he has to harbor some responsibility because a lot of this emanates from Kyrie's departure and he owns that to some degree? Was that not you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you said that. So by virtue of Kyrie being gone, by virtue of the dissension, even though you did point out that Dwayne Wade had something to do with that, that was the relationship between LeBron James and D. Wade. Didn't you say that? Wasn't that you?
Yes.
So we got Kyrie being gone. We got Dwayne Wade being on the team and the relationship with Dwayne Wade being a dividing factor. We've got the players that were on the team that were malcontent, which you openly acknowledge LeBron had something to do with. But we ignore all of that. For league regular season MVP, the way the Cavs were looking up until last week.
Are you suggesting that the circumstances LeBron James has with his teammates should somehow go into the thinking of him as MVP or not during the regular season? In other words, if he has malcontents around him and that's his fault, therefore, even though his numbers are right there at MVP level, and even though once they get rid of the malcontents, I'm saying it would only be the case if he leads them to win after win, as he's been doing, and his numbers get even better, then because of the slow start, he's DQ'd from MVP in your opinion?
Yes. Here's why.
You and I see that very differently.
Here's why. Because it's not just about the numbers. It's about the impact of the team. It's about how fragmented the team was. I'm not completely blaming LeBron. Isaiah Thomas harbors some culpability. Jay Crowder harbors some culpability. They've been talking since they've been gone a little bit, and they're not innocent in all of this. Dwayne Wade is not innocent in all of this. Dan Gilbert certainly isn't innocent in all of this. LeBron James is not some villain. I'm not trying to say that, but he harbors some responsibility as the leader, and if the team was struggling and they looked god-awful to the point where we even questioned that they were going to come out of the Eastern Conference after Kobe Altman pulls off this deal, we don't just get to turn around and ignore everything that transpired and potentially rob a James Harden or others of a league MVP who didn't have that kind of acrimony that existed on their squad all year long. We don't get to do that.
Okay, you used the Socratic method on me, the question answer, yes, no answers, right? I'm going to use it on you. Who's better, LeBron James or James Harden?
LeBron James.
Okay. Do you think that the Cavs, it's important where they finish in terms of seeding in the East? Will that have an effect on whether or not they get to the finals?
No.
Right. Neither does LeBron. So as the better player and the guy who's not worried about if he's seeded first, second, or third, what difference does it make if he couldn't figure out a way to make the malcontents happy when they were traded for players that now do appear to be happy?
Can I ask you this question?
Go right ahead.
Is it not true that sometimes the best player in the world does not win MVP? Because guess what?
That's right.
Is it not true that Max Kellerman has religiously said there are times where you'll see LeBron not give a effort, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, hypothetically speaking. Why? Because it's not a priority during the regular season. Is that not true?
Sure.
All right, so now, last question. Is the MVP for the regular season?
Not in my opinion, but in
Oh,
fact
no,
it is, yes.
Don't give me your opinion. I said it's a fact that the MVP award is for the regular season. That is a fact, correct? Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
One last question, Molly. Do we have to go yet, Molly?
No,
Because in that case, I have one.
You can go, but all this hostility is making me uncomfortable on a day of love. Keep going.
I was going to make this a rhetorical question, Stephen A. Yeah, I got love for I love you, Stephen A. Don't worry about that,
baby.
Molly.
Go ahead.
Look, I was going to make this a rhetorical question, but I'll just put it out there.
Sure.
I know you didn't. The man, the self-proclaimed Stephen Naismith, didn't just then have the nerve in an MVP conversation where we're pitting LeBron against James Harden. I know you didn't have the nerve to bring up defense. You talking about LeBron chooses times to not play defense?
No.
James Harden chooses times to play defense. They're few and far between.
Very slick and adroit on your part, because you're thinking I'm bringing up defense because I'm bringing up defense as if James Harden plays it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I brought up defense because I used it to highlight what you religiously point out about LeBron, how you use that to highlight the fact that the regular season at times is not a priority for him. He can do what he wants.
Never
sometimes
a
he
priority
amps
for
it up, sometimes he doesn't. All I'm saying to you is get defense out of the equation. Sometimes LeBron doesn't prioritize bringing that A game because he doesn't need to, because there's a bigger picture he's pursuing. This is a regular season award, and there is no doubt after what happened in Cleveland for the first 50 games of this season, he does not deserve MVP.
So far,
no
you're
doubt.
right. We'll see by the end of the year.